All right, let's jump right in. We're going to forget about all those flashy viral projects for a minute. Today, we are talking about the bedrock, the stuff that actually keeps a laser engraving business going, and more importantly, going safely. This is all about making that mental shift, moving from a hobbyist's excitement to a professional's mindset. It's about building a foundation that's going to protect you, your investment, and your future.
This right here, this quote is the absolute core of any professional operation. I mean, you see all this stuff online, people pushing the limits just to get views. But a real pro, they know this in their bones. Safe first, fast second. Just think about it for a second. One little fire, one accident, and it could wipe out your machine, your inventory, your reputation, everything. So this isn't just a guideline, it's the insurance policy for your whole venture. It's completely non-negotiable.
So, why are we hammering on this foundation so hard? Well, because it's your proof. Whether you're a student trying to convince your family that this is a serious thing, or you're an entrepreneur pitching an investor for funding, a solid, safe, and legal setup says everything. It shows you're not just playing around with a cool toy, you're actually building a reliable, scalable business. I love this idea of passing the adult supervision test. It's the perfect way to frame it. Are you trying to justify the cost to your spouse? Are you assuring your landlord that you're not going to burn the garage down? Or are you showing an investor that you're a safe bet? These points right here, managing risk, protecting profit, and planning for growth, that's your evidence. This is how you prove you're building a real business. Okay, so theory is one thing, but let's get practical. How does this whole professional mindset actually translate into a physical workspace? Let's break down how you can design a setup that's both super safe and really efficient. And honestly, it's probably more straightforward than you think. I want you to think of your workspace as having 4 distinct, absolutely critical zones. Zone 1, the machine. Is it on a stable, level surface? Is there room to walk around it? Zone 2, ventilation. This is basically the lungs of your entire operation. You need a clear, unobstructed path for all those fumes. Zone 3, the safety corner. Can you grab your fire extinguisher in a split second, no questions asked? That's your emergency response zone. And finally, Zone 4, material storage. Keeping your materials neat, dry, and away from the laser, that's not just about being tidy, it's about fire prevention. Each zone is a crucial link in a chain of safety. Look, every single time you run that laser, you're making smoke and fumes. Some of it just smells bad, but some of it is genuinely harmful. So you've got 2 main options here. You either vent it outside, or you scrub it clean with a filter unit. And here's the bottom line. Proper ventilation is not an optional upgrade. It's not an accessory. It is a fundamental, non-negotiable cost of doing business safely, period. Let's be really clear here. You are using a concentrated beam of energy to literally burn materials. Fire isn't just a possibility, it's an inherent risk that you absolutely have to manage. So these 3 rules, they are absolutes. Number 1, never, ever, ever walk away from a running machine. Number 2, have a fire extinguisher within arm's reach, and please make sure you actually know how to use it. And 3, a fire blanket is a lifesaver for those little flare-ups. There is 0 wiggle room on any of these points. What you put inside your laser is every bit as important as the machine itself. The materials on the left, generally safe, as long as you have good ventilation. But the stuff on the right, that's a hard no. Cutting something like PVC, for instance, releases corrosive chlorine gas that will destroy your machine's electronics and, way more importantly, your lungs. So the rule is simple. If you don't know exactly what a material is, you do not cut it. Okay, so we've got the physical space secured. Let's switch gears a bit. A professional operation isn't just about being physically safe. It also has to be legally and financially sound. So let's take a look at the business structure that's going to protect you. Okay, quick disclaimer. I am not a lawyer, and this is definitely not legal advice, but you've got to understand this fundamental concept. As a sole proprietor, you and your business are legally the same entity. That means if the business gets sued, your personal assets, your house, your car, could be on the line. Setting up something like an LLC or a corporation, on the other hand, builds a legal firewall between your business life and your personal life. It's a critical step in protecting yourself. This is basically your roadmap to becoming a legitimate business. You're going to have to look into local business licenses. You absolutely have to check the zoning rules for running a business from home. That can cover everything from noise to how many customers can visit. You'll need to figure out sales tax, and you need a simple way to keep records from day one. Don't think of these as annoying hurdles. Think of them as the steps you take to build a real, sustainable company. Try not to think of insurance as just another expense. Think of it as a professional tool. General liability covers you for accidents. Products liability is specifically for the things you make and sell, and property coverage protects your expensive equipment. Yeah, you hope you never have to use it, but having it is what allows a business to survive one of those rare but totally devastating events. Okay, listen up. If you only take one piece of business advice from this whole explainer, let it be this one. Get a separate bank account for your business. It is the single most important step you can take. It forces you to see if you're actually profitable, and it will save you from a massive headache come tax time. Plus, psychologically, it changes everything. That money isn't your money anymore, it's the business's money. Mixing your personal and business funds is just a recipe for chaos. Keep it clean, keep it separate. So now that we've covered all the what to-dos, let's talk about the what to avoids. Because understanding how professionals work also means knowing the common, costly mistakes that they actively work to prevent. When you look at this list, you can see that every single one of these mistakes is just a failure of one of the core principles we've already covered, right? Using wrong plastics, that's a lapse in material safety. Leaving the machine unattended, a failure of fire readiness. Mixing your finances, a lack of financial discipline. See? These aren't just little oops moments, they are preventable errors that a true professional is always working to avoid. So here's the crucial point. All of these details, the 4 safety zones, the business licenses, the separate bank accounts, they all tie back to one single, powerful, central idea. And this right here just brings it all home. Every process you document, every safety check you perform, every financial transaction you track, it's all about one thing: reducing risk. That discipline on the technical side translates directly into business stability. And stability, well, that's what attracts customers, builds trust, and creates a business that can handle just about anything. So as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this question to think about for your own setup. Where are your blind spots? Is there a risk in your ventilation that maybe you've been ignoring? Are you 100% certain about all the materials you're using? Is your financial tracking, let's say, a bit of a mess? Be honest with yourself. Finding and fixing those hidden risks, that is what separates the hobbyists from the pros.